Hey, good day, folks. I have the best news for you. Welcome to another edition of Lumberjack Logic Live. I'm your host, Neil Johnson. I am so excited to share this with you because this has the left in absolute panic. It shows that nothing, and I mean nothing, that they have done over the last couple of years has worked. In fact, not only has it not worked, it's worked against them in epic fashion. Please do me a favor as you join this stream, smash that like. Do chat in with where you're from and let us know what the weather's like where you're at too. I'm curious what the weather's like. We're having just gorgeous weather here in Minnesota. So I just made a new mod here today. So you guys all better be behaving yourself because she's going to, drop the hammer. I need one because the lefties are going to be freaking out when because I'll get lefty trolls on this stream. And when they see this news, they'll be in panic mode and they'll have to say something. But please, the other thing, I put my sponsor up here, Midas Gold Group, MidasGoldGroup.com. Look, if you're going to get gold or silver, go with these guys because they're veteran owners, not commissioned salespeople. You can text Lumberjack to 232-425 and receive free silver with a qualified order, or you can call them at 480-360-3000. You can also check them out at MidasGoldGroup.com. It's where I get my gold and silver. I keep telling you, get some real money. I mean it. The Fed sucks. The Fed sucks. You do what you want with your money, but I would not be without it. Okay. And they also do the gold IRAs, things like that, where you can transfer funds over because when you're in times of impending economic peril, people look for hard assets, and gold and silver is hard assets. So, all right. I got to get into this. I'm going to bring it right up. I'm going to pop in with I'm going to lead with a really big piece. And then we've got some internal polling numbers I'm going to show you. But guys, watch this. This is going to piss the left off so bad. Here it is. This is just broke. This is a Harvard Harris poll off Interactive Polls. Look at this. Trump 48, Biden 42, but that's not the big news. So it's got Trump +6. Haley, Haley only wins by +2. Now, I thought she was the one who could beat it. It was Haley +3 in January. But here's where it gets wild, people. Well, first I'll cover the with leaners, Trump +6. But watch this. If Trump is convicted for inciting the Capitol riot of January 6th, people, he's not just +6 anymore. He's +8. I think what this tells us is that people are just absolutely convinced that our justice system is a joke and they're going after Donald Trump. And all that would prove is just how corrupt the system is. Oh, I got to pull out my banner here so you can see it. Pull out my Midas Gold Group banner here. There it is. If Trump is convicted for inciting the Capitol riots of January 6th, Trump jumps 2 points. Do any of you see how monumental this is? This is literally, they have invested everything into the January 6th narrative. The Democrats have pounded this nonstop with their friends in the mainstream media. And now we have a poll showing that not only does Trump win, this is a national poll, people. Again, Trump never led in a national poll in 2020. I don't care what you think of polls. He never led in a national poll. And now if he is convicted for inciting the Capitol riots of January 6th, hey, liberals, get this. He goes up 2 points. Jump on the bandwagon here, folks. Time to get on the Trump train if you're in Liberalville out there. Might be time for you to, get on board the Trump train. Choo, choo. Okay, but this poll gets even better. I mean, but that is an absolute bombshell in a poll to think that not only is Trump winning in the poll nationally, but if Trump is convicted for inciting the riots, he goes up another 2 points. So we go from +6 to +8. Okay, but the numbers get even crazier here. So let me show you some others. Guys, remember when everybody thought Robert Kennedy was going to be a spoiler? Here we go again. Just add RFK into the mix, Trump jumps a point. Add these other folks, Stein and West, into the mix, Trump jumps 2 points again. This poll just dropped. This out of a Harvard Harris poll that just dropped today. Trump gaining 2 points if he's convicted. This is wild. America, we are at a different point in time, man. Now check this out. This is, do you agree or disagree with the following statements? We need more bipartisan legislation to tackle problems in this country. People agree with that. Okay. Well, that's right, because Democrats should actually support a secure border. They should actually support voter ID. We need a new president. People, 82% of America says we need a new president. 82%. This poll is mind-blowing. We'll keep running through these numbers. We need new figures to run for president, and people want new figures to run. You know, they you know, a lot of people think that both of them are too old, but you know, but if you look at them side by side, Trump's vitality is not that of a typical 77-year-old. Okay, a vote for Joe Biden is really a vote for Kamala Harris because he will likely not serve a full second term. 75% people. They can't see. Trump is inevitable at this point. It doesn't even matter. What are they going to do? Oh, they're going to run Kamala. Watch out, people that run Kamala. They'll run Michelle. Do you honestly think that the majority of Americans believe that they'll fix the border problem, which is the biggest problem that everybody's concerned about, that in the economy and inflation? Oh, get on the Trump train. Hey, we had any liberal trolls out there trying to comment? I can't believe that people would vote. That's just crime. That's a crime that people would vote for Donald Trump, even if he's convicted of insurrection. I saw these numbers. I was so excited, people. I mean, are you guys as excited about this poll as I am? Just in the chat, please just let me know. Are you as excited about this poll as I am, to think that Trump would gain 2 points if convicted? Yes or no? I mean, go from +6 to +8 if he's convicted. I just can't believe it. I'm so excited. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, I got one no, 2 no's. Definitely yes, yes, yes. All right, good deal. Most of you get it. Most of you get it. Everything that the left has done, every narrative that they have tried to build gets imploded in this poll. And to think that, wow, they've invested so much into this January 6th narrative, people, even to the point of criminality, even to the point of deleting files off a hard drive that have now been recovered and we will eventually gain access to. I covered that on another stream. But did you guys know this? I mean, some of you probably didn't catch that episode I did, but the January 6th committee deleted the hard drive. They deleted the files off the hard drive, okay, and then handed it over to the Republican Congress. Almost 2 terabytes of information. And then, after they delete that, some sleuths recovered it. And now they need passwords to get into those recovered files, which, of course, Benny Thompson doesn't want to give them. But they will crack the code. Oh, the criminality could be exposed, people. The Democrats have moved too far to the left for me. 69% of Americans believe that the Democrat Party has moved too far to the left for them. And get this, only 13% strongly disagree. That's the crazies. Miss B, thank you for that super chat. I saw that there. Thank you so much. Let's see here. Donald Trump will act like, this is where it gets really wild, people. I want to bring you to this question. Donald Trump will act like a dictator if reelected. Get this, 56% of the country either strongly or somewhat agrees with that statement. They don't care. This is how bad Joe Biden and the left have done. They don't even care. The majority of Americans don't even care. They're still favoring Trump. And they're probably thinking of that 38% that strongly agree. That's all the hardcore left. And the 18% that somewhat agree are probably some independents and classic Democrats who have been spoon-fed crap by the press, but also realize that he's probably only going to deal with the communists that were out to get him. And that's what they see it as. The Republicans have moved too far to the right for me. Look at this, people. Okay, that's only 56%. And that's after being sped this just constant crap by the... So we're at 69 versus 57. That's a 12-point swing in favor of the Republicans. And again, this is people getting, spoon-fed a diet of MSM propaganda. So it's just, this gives me hope for the country, actually. This just gives me so much hope. I miss Donald Trump's policies on the economy, immigration, and crime. 59% of Americans agree with that they miss Donald Trump's policies on it. Democrats are trying to unfairly scare the voters over Donald Trump by labeling him as a dictator. 62%. Republicans are hopelessly divided and cannot effectively govern if elected. 63% say that. Now, to me, like a do nothing Congress is always a good thing. So you guys know my thoughts on that. All right, let's keep going. Michigan general election. Oh gosh, people. This out of Kaplan Strategies. Trump plus 10. The trifecta of evil. And Michigan might not even be able to overcome this one, people. Among those polled, 46% had a very unfavorable view of President Joe Biden. When asked who they would vote for, favor Trump 46-36. This was that Michigan poll. That's some internals out of that. Again, if you just jumped on the stream, please smash that like for me if you would. Chat in with where you're from. And I had to tell you the big news that dropped at the beginning was Trump gains 2 points in this Harvard-Harris poll if he's convicted of insurrection in the Capitol riot. That means he goes from +6 nationally to +8. And again, I call you back to the fact that in 2020, he did have the lead in those key swing states and that type of thing, but he did not ever lead in a national poll. And this is what's going on right now, people. This is just wild to me. Okay. Again, you add into the mix the other candidates, and Trump still wins. Everybody thought he was going to be a spoiler. That's Robert F. Kennedy Jr. Trump maintains lead over Biden head to head. We've got Trump +6. Okay, and this is let's see here. I think this is if you had to choose, would you vote for Donald Trump or Joe Biden? So this is taking out undecideds, and he still just maintains that same +6 lead. And I think another thing that's really fascinating about this Trump gaining 2 points, somebody said no like button. That's the little thumbs up button, people. You just hit the thumbs up button is the like button. But the thing about Trump gaining 2 points if convicted of insurrection, I think the other thing that's doing is it's taking these people who aren't willing to say that they'll vote for Trump, and then they're like, you know what? If these jerks do that, then yes, I'll even make it known. I think that's part of the reason why he gains 2 points. I don't know. Would you guys agree or disagree with that? And am I making myself clear? So I think that part of the polling data here is showing us that if Trump were to be convicted, then his supporters would declare in these polls. That's how strongly they feel about it. That's what I think is going on there. Do you guys agree with that or disagree with that? I think that's where that +2 comes from. Okay. Let's move on here. I want to go down to this. Nikki Haley. So here we got Haley +3 back in January. Now she's at +2. Okay, so those numbers have changed. Here's Maine. Trump +6 in Maine statewide. Biden was +1 in November. Every single stinking indicator says Trump is going to win in a massive fashion. And this is why, I don't know if you guys caught the news yesterday, crooked Joe Biden's border invasion is destroying our country and killing our citizens. The horrible murder of a 22-year-old Laken Riley at the University of Georgia should have never happened. The monster who took her life illegally entered our country in 2022 and then was released again by radical Democrats in New York after injuring a child. This reminds me of the Christmas Day massacre, where there was the ridiculous $1,000 bond of a guy who had actually committed these terrible crimes, actually running somebody over with a vehicle. And then he went and ran all those people over with the vehicle in the parade. Okay. When I am your president, we will immediately seal the border, stop the invasion. And on day one, we will begin the largest deportation operation of illegal criminals in American history. May God bless Laken Riley and her family. Our prayers are with you. So again, all of this is causing this absolutely bombshell poll to come out where Trump, here you go, he's at +6 over Biden. Haley is only at +2. I thought Haley was the one who could beat Biden. We keep being told by the mainstream media, Nikki Haley, that she's the one that could beat Biden. Okay, with leaners. Okay, so again, take out the leaners one way or the other. Take out the undecideds. Trump maintains that +6 lead. But if Trump is convicted for inciting the Capitol riots of January 6th, Trump goes to +8. he gains 2 points. He gains 2 points. Golly, everything the Democrats have thrown at this narrative, everything they have worked in concert with the media and the government three-letter agencies to promote has all failed. It has all failed. This is a huge, huge win, people. And I don't think most people actually fully understand how big it is. I hope you do. I really do. I hope you understand how monumental it is, that I really understand how big there. I had to just, I wanted to put this up because I know there was a super chat that I think I mentioned the person. So I got that out of the way. Good. I was going to post it up to the front, but it's gone. So this is the trial of the century voodoo crab, says it really is. And then, but it wasn't even a trial in the House of Representatives. It was just this sham trial. I mean, we didn't have any sort of presenting of evidence from the other side. It was a show trial that they ran like a movie script with their producer. I mean, Nancy Pelosi's daughter was in there. She's a filmmaker. And, they had everything. And yet this small majority in the United States House of Representatives is what's giving us this. So if you remember in that poll, they say, well, I don't know that, Republicans can govern effectively because of the infighting in Republicans. I'm fine with all of this right now. What do you guys think? Are you fine with that in the Republican? I am right now because I want it to get rooted out before Trump becomes president in November, wins the election, then becomes president in January, because I think it's imperative. It's absolutely imperative that we root out this rhino establishment element so that when Trump gets in there, we can actually pass good legislation and people will actually sign it. So that's what I want to see happen. So the fact that the DC establishment thinks it's dysfunctional means that it's probably functioning quite well. People understand that everything that they tell you, we're in opposite world. Nothing the media is telling you is true. Nothing the DC establishment is telling you is true. So when they tell you that it's dysfunctional, that probably means it's functioning at the highest level. I should turn on this light here. Hopefully that makes sense to y'all. But I really believe that, if you want, let's see here. There we go. A little light. But if the establishment is freaking out and the left is freaking out, then I'm freaking in, people. That's what real. That's what I really think. So 1984 up is down. That's the truth, man. It's just like 1984. By the way, I'm running on this on my Neil of the North channel as well. So if you're joining over there, thank you. I need to get my watch hours up over there on my Neil of the North channel, so the channel will remonetize for my hunting videos and gear review videos. And really, I guess. What I originally started doing more in YouTube world before I moved into politics. I've always had political opinions, people. Don't get me wrong. And I do cover a little bit of that over there more as it relates to gun laws. By the way, I talked to a person in the Minnesota State Legislature today. I gave him a call, good friend of mine. And I asked him what he saw with the gun law in Minnesota. And surprisingly, he says that he does not believe that the Democrats have the votes in the Minnesota State House to actually pass their gun law. Get that. There's some Democrats up here, one in Duluth and one out by, is it not Marshall, another town. It's a college town in Minnesota. My friend went there. I can't remember the name of it right now. But anyways, it's kind of west central Minnesota. There's a Democrat there. And he's not willing to sign on, and neither is this one person up around the Duluth area, not in Duluth, because Duluth people are all liberal. I mean, the not the people themselves always, but the people who represent them. Not Mankato, Lisa. It's not Mankato. It's Morris out that way. And so it appears that they don't have the ability to pass the gun laws, and it appears that they might not even have the ability to pass the anti-homeschool legislation in Minnesota. So that's really a big deal when you understand that this is Minnesota, and they have all three branches, but many of them are concerned about their reelection, I guess. So note that none of them are in the metro area. If you want to see where we've had tremendous spikes in voters in Minnesota, in ballots, I should say, it's Hennepin County. So that's why they don't have any fear down there. So, anyways, I wanted to get these numbers out to you again. Trump picking up another 2 points if he's convicted. Go back and watch the beginning of this stream if you just jumped in. Go check out my sponsor, Midas Gold Group, too, MidasGoldGroup.com. And I gotta say a big thank you to as well. A lot of you apparently ordered from MyPillow and took advantage of the deals last week. They actually sent me an email. They were so amazed at the amount of sales for MyPillow from the Lumberjack promo code. So all of you, I'll give you a hand clap. Thank you so much. My daughter needs braces, so it's helpful. I don't know how else to put it to you. It was really a big deal. So thank you all of you who supported Mike Lindell and supported this show through the MyPillow using the promo code Lumberjack. So yeah, Mike Lindell for RNC chair. A lot of people would like to see that happen. I think that the RNC is going to, at this point, go with who Trump recommends. I think that's what's going to happen. But get yourself some real money. MidasGoldGroup.com. Text Lumberjack to 232-425. You can receive free silver with a qualified order or call them at 480-360-3000. People, I can't stress it enough. Get yourself some real money. And a lot of people say, hey, I don't have enough money. There's a couple things you can do. Number one, you can actually use gold in your IRAs, and Midas Gold Group is able to do that. Or you have the ability to also just get smaller amounts, buy silver rounds, which are 20 some bucks a piece and that type of thing. You don't have to spend a lot of money to get in the game, and you at least are building something. It's like any investing, give 10%, pay yourself first. You got to do this stuff. Otherwise, you end up going through life and get to the end. You're like, well, I don't have any freaking money. And, money is important. I'm not saying it's everything, but junk silver is good too. I've got a lot of junk silver, Moon Pie. They sell that stuff over there as well. I started buying silver rounds because the premiums on junk silver actually went so incredibly high that I started buying. I buy Canadian maple leafs right now. So if you want to know what I do, I buy maple leafs. I've got a little bit of gold, but more silver in the maple leafs because I want to be able to use it. See, here's my vision on this, people. And I'll see if this makes sense to you. Chat it up if this makes sense to you. I'm curious. But I believe we may end up, even if we get Trump for 4 years, I think it's an act of grace of God. And I think America's kind of gone way far down this path, down the wokester road, and people have really become mentally ill. And I don't know that we can stave that off forever. I know a lot of people disagree with me on that, but don't think that America can't fall. And don't think that our dollar can't fall. That's one of the big misnomers of societies that have been the superpowers of the world at different times. They actually think that their society can't implode and that their currency can't implode. But the reality is it can. When you get to times like that, people are going to want to trade in real physical assets. That's why I get gold and silver. It's not even so much, I know it'll go up over the course of time just with inflationary pressure. So at least I'm able to get my money back. But the real reason I want it is because if we go to some sort of dystopian world, I want avenues of trade. When the dollar has imploded and nobody wants your bills, they're burning them in the fire like they did with the German marks way back in the day. I want to have that silver piece to trade with. And then I also have ammunition, things like that are valuable. So, gold, silver, guns, ammo, those are the things that will become valuable in those times. And that's why I want to own that stuff. So I get a little bit of it for yourself, just start, and then you just kind of build. And, if all of a sudden Trump doesn't win the election in November and you've at least got a little, you'll be glad you have something because fiat money sucks. That's my thoughts on it. So you make your own decisions, but trading products as well. Seeds. Thank you. Seeds are good. Products. Absolutely. Your services as well are going to become valuable in those times. So again, that's Midas Gold Group. Text Lumberjack to 232-425 or call them at 480-360-3000. You can get some free silver with qualifying order. But Donald Trump, by all indicators, people, I understand, it's a lifetime in politics, how long we have till the election. but it's not long enough to fight this one off, people, because they continue to destroy the country and everybody's seeing it. And every tool that they've utilized, be it the Jan 6 committee and the mainstream media promoting it, has been proven to be a failure by this poll, with Trump gaining. If you just jump down the stream, go back and watch the beginning, but Trump gains from +6 to +8 if he's convicted of insurrection. That's how bad it is for them right now. Nothing they're doing is working. Nothing, people. America's waking up. It's a glorious thing. You got to drag your friends to the polls, though. Drag them in mass. Get out to your precinct caucuses if you've got them. I've got them in Minnesota tomorrow night. I will be in Hibbing, Minnesota. If you live in Hibbing, Minnesota, I'd love to meet you. Show up at your precinct caucus, okay? All right. I'll see you on the next episode. Peace out.